Grameen Foundation India since July 2020, being in the development sector for last 18 years. So one is aware of various organizations which are working in the sector and which are working really hardcore for the poor, vulnerable. So I can say for Grameen, one of the reasons was that I feel Grameen is an organization where I can say the heart is at the right place. Grameen is known, globally and as well as in India for its work on financial inclusion, the digital space, then women economic empowerment, and as well as agriculture. Calling the organization with the heart at the right place. These are the factors, which had motivated. Achieving vision is a journey. So, and I would say it's a beautiful journey where an organization, grows while, meeting the targets it has set for itself. So for Grameen, I would say that it is progressing wonderfully in the right direction. And the pace, I would say also, the COVID has not been able to break the pace of the organization. In fact, in last 1 year, when the entire world has been struggling with a lot of challenges, Grameen has been able to, continue expanding its programs, expanding its donor base, and also, reach out to the beneficiary through the direct program, as well as, creating some new initiatives with the help of donor support, and also, convincing the donors that we can do it in a different manner, which is definitely going to help the beneficiaries. Since I'm, responsible for the institutional relations, so I would say, like from my perspective, I would say the donor landscape has shrinked because of the focus entirely going for the COVID response and relief, and which is perfectly all right, because right now lives of the people and their survival is something which is more important. My responsibility over here is to, convince the donor and, show them the larger picture that definitely, Grameen is intervening with some short-term, impacts on the lives of poor, but there's a long-term vision which has to be kept in mind. So we cannot lose the long-term vision, because we are hoping that this pandemic will, fade away like in some time. I feel right to education, right to health for all, and that should be free education, free health, and it should be the same one for the rich, poor, everywhere. These are the basic essentials where there should be no demarcation. And so I feel basic access to basic services and facilities is the first thing. Second is the skilling of skill enhancement for the people, providing them the right opportunities. And thirdly, I would say the distinction between the society, categorizing people into different, caste structures and all, that is something I do not believe in. Yes, we can categorize them according to their financial status for uplifting them, that too only for uplifting, but not beyond that. If I look at it from the Grameen's, area of intervention, so we are very rightly placed by building skills and capacities of women and youth for micro-entrepreneurial skills. Then second area, which is about, touching the farmers and working with farmers. So collectivization of farmers gives them this strength. And while we are working with the farmers, one important element over here is working with the women farmers. The reason I'm using the word women farmers is something that people do not recognize women as farmers. For them, men is a farmer. Farmer is equal to men. So recognizing them as farmers and providing them the rights, a say in the entire process is something which is very important. There are fantastic schemes of the government which are available. It's about leveraging them rather than, coming up with something new and reinventing the whole thing and trying to push. It's better that we are able to take stock of what is available, and if there's some gaps also, we try to map that out and work with a convergence approach. COVID has not just impacted people but the entire economies, and the impact on the most vulnerable population has been huge, tremendous. It is something that we have not been able to measure also. And I would say among the vulnerable, the women are the vulnerablest. I had been somebody like who has gone through this, who had contracted COVID with the entire family, so I could see that what kind of halt it has brought to my life. And when it happens to the poor people, we had all the resources, but for them, they do not have the resources. The families are there who do not have anything to eat. The basic survival is difficult. People are getting into suicides and all. Like, better to end life rather than if they are not able to have the treatment. And then I've also seen the reluctance among the people for not taking the vaccines or not going in for the treatment, that it can actually make their lives, worse. So COVID has impacted the entire economy. People with the basic services, basic survival, food and all. Migrant population has been very majorly, hit by it when they lost their livelihoods or they were stuck in one place without any support. So maybe this could have been managed a little better. When I visited a village in Jharkhand, and there was a girl which she was, having her regular education and all. Then suddenly one fine day, her father, she lost her father, and the family married her to an elderly man. And then after some time, this elderly man also died. Now this girl was declared a witch by her the husband's village because of the property issues. They felt if we declare her witch, then she'll be out of this thing, the entire family property rights and all. And so she was being hit, she was being burnt, there were a lot of things. So somehow the organization that I was working with had been able to rescue her, provided her support with continued education and some skill set for the livelihood. So she's an inspiration. She's working for such other women in some other village. The hard part is that she's not there in that village because she still has the struggle over there. If I look at the donors can do it by, not just depending or not just supporting the big organizations, rather than also looking at some innovative new initiatives and organizations, so which are the need of the hour. And I think a lot of donors are doing that. If I look at the organizations, civil society organizations, then they need to come together as a big team and share their experiences. So definitely there are a lot of networks and alliances, but I feel that can be made more effective. Lastly, for the general public, I would say, definitely they can contribute in a small way, whatever, if they can give some donations to not particular organization, I would say GFI only, but for different causes. We see a lot of ads online also where people need support. So either they trust an organization or support these people. And besides that, they do a lot of volunteering work. Like if they can contribute, if they can change their mindset also, toward the poor and vulnerable people, that is also a big area. Always be open to learning new skills. Work hard, but smartly, because there are a new set of skills which are available. Keep learning them, work hard, acquire them. And lastly, while wherever you are in your career, don't never stop helping others. That is something very important. What you give comes back to an individual. So, and I see a lot of youth, they're cribbing. I do not have this thing, I wish I had this, the other friend has this. Please stop cribbing. There are so many people who do not have many things which you have. So try to be be happy with what you have, content with what you have. Try to acquire new skill sets and add on to make other people's life also better. So work hard, work smart and learn.